See the individual lying on the ground, right?
Correct.
And you see a person kneeling down under his head, right?
Correct.
Do you remember whether he's on the side closest to the houses or the side closest to the ball field?
He was the side closest to the high school.
Closest to the high school.
He was in between Officer Talbot and the high school.
Okay, so he was really at the head area.
Correct.
Okay. And do you remember if the firearms were that you saw on the ground were to the right or to the left of the individual kneeling down?
They would have been to the right of the individual kneeling down.
To the right, so closer to the houses.
Correct.
Okay. And were they within arm's length of him, or were they scattered more of a distance?
They were a little scattered.
Okay. And at any time, well, so you, and then you see the EMT folks or the fire, the first responding folks arrive, right?
Correct.
And then you see the individual who was kneeling down pick up the firearms, or go to pick up the firearms, right?
After EMT took over care, yes.
Okay, and you see, as he's going to pick up the firearms, you told him something, right?
Correct.
You said, don't you think those should be fingerprinted, right?
I don't remember if that's exactly what I said, but I said that I did say something along the lines that I think they should be left where they are.
Okay, and that's because you thought the guns might be evidence, right?
Correct.
And
I just didn't hear it.
you had been trained about preserving the scene, right, in your training?
Correct.
And you had been trained that you shouldn't disturb evidence that's out there, right? When you respond to a scene.
Correct.
All right.
Unless it's unsafe. If those weapons are loaded, then they should be secured.
Okay. And at the time that you saw the individual go down to pick up those weapons, EMTs were already on the scene, right?
Correct.
You were on the scene, right?
Correct.
And there were some police officers in the area, right?
Correct.
In fact, uniformed police officers had already arrived on the scene before the EMTs, right?
Correct.
And the person who had been kneeling down, who went to go and pick up those firearms, he didn't stop picking them up when you said that, right?
No.
He, in fact, picked them up, right? Both of them.
Correct.
And did you see him put one of them in his holster?
I don't recall.
Did you see him walk away from the scene, the area where you were?
I don't remember that now.
Fair to say that you didn't see where he went, right?
Correct.
And that night you stayed there until the EMTs got the person on the ground, who you now know as Officer Talbot, got him onto a gurney and brought him to the ambulance, right?
Correct. They had come over with an additional flashlight, much brighter than mine, and given that to me.
Okay.
That's where my main focus was during all of the weapon exchange.
Okay. And you had actually identified yourself as a first responder, right?
Correct.
And so you stay there giving aid to the other other responders. You were the first, but to the other responders, right?
Correct.
And until Officer Talbot is taken into the ambulance and the ambulance drives off, right?
The ambulance hadn't driven off, but they had brought him inside the ambulance and began doing whatever they were doing.
Okay. Now,